What's going on, YouTube? Single Digits with your Friday video upload. Today, in honor of Revenge of the Fifth. Because yesterday was May the 4th be with you. But only Sith celebrate Revenge of the Fifth. And that's me. Well, I celebrate both. Anyway, so today's video, I'm going to do a tier list for the Star Wars films. I am a huge Star Wars nerd. Arguably more than anything else. I love Star Wars more than Harry Potter, blasphemy, but, you know, Darth Vader would destroy Voldemort. More than Lord of the Rings, you know. I just, Star Wars is my favorite series. My favorite character of all time, Darth Vader. It's a nice little model I have of him I put together. So yeah, I love Star Wars. And that being said, let's just get right into it. I'm going to rank these movies by how good they are. And I think at the end, I'll rank them in my order. So, that being said, let's get started. I am going to skip some. They have The Mandalorian over here, which is a TV series, which is S tier. It's like my favorite thing. Although last season, not so great. Fell off a little bit. Solo, the Star Wars story, did not like it. And then the animated series, which I have not watched. I do plan to go back and watch those. Those are like for super fans. And yeah, at some point I'll go back and watch those. But we're going to be talking about the main movies. So, first, let's just rank them. Episode 1. These came out after the original trilogy, which was 4, 5, and 6. A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. These came out much later. And thankfully so, because, you know, when the original trilogy came out, special effects and, you know, the technology and stuff, it, you know, was good for the time, but and groundbreaking for the time, but, you know, it wasn't up to what we could do today, obviously. So they were able to go back and do the first 3, I believe as George Lucas intended, but anyhow, yeah. So Phantom Menace, I'm going to put that in A. And it gets a lot of points just for being a brand new Star Wars movie that, you know, we had been waiting years upon years for. There was hype around it. Darth Maul stole the show with his double-sided lightsaber, all of that stuff. So I'm gonna put that in A. Overall, decent movie. Attack of the Clones, I'm gonna put in B. It was also okay, but I don't know. It didn't feel the same as A. And then Revenge of the Sith, I'm gonna put Revenge of the Sith in S tier. That's really where we saw some of the best fight scenes, the birth of Darth Vader. If you haven't seen these, you know, spoiler alert, I guess, for the rest of the video, but, I mean, come on, you know. Rogue One, this was a in-between, and it's not an official Star Wars movie, in the terms of, like, being in the, you know, with the main characters and everything. This was like kind of a side story, but it fills the gaps between, you know, the new the 1, 2, and 3 trilogy into the 3, 4, and or 4, 5, and 6 trilogy. So, but it was awesome. I'm gonna put it in S tier. It was actually one of my favorite movies that they've done, just because it was really cool to see a movie that wasn't centered around the Jedi or the Sith. It wasn't centered around, you know, all the fanciful Force stuff, and it was kind of what was happening to the rest of the universe and the galaxy with regular folks. Much more focus on the rebellion and the birth of the rebellion and fighting back against the Galactic Empire. And also just like kind of a dirtier look at things, where it wasn't necessarily, you know, the rebels in the 3, 4, 5, and 6, you know, they're painted as, you know, heroes and righteous and morally, you know, incorruptible and, you know, great. In Rogue One, they really kind of explored a little bit how even like the rebels were doing dirty stuff, shady stuff. You know, they weren't clean and sin free. So I really enjoyed that aspect of it. But Rogue One was just overall an awesome movie. And if I was to put it in A, the ending of Rogue One bumps it to S, double S, one of the coolest scenes in a Star Wars film. Like, oh my goodness. And as Darth Vader being my favorite character, man, go and watch it. I highly recommend it, even just for the last, 15, 30 seconds of that movie, because that ending was awesome. Maybe I'll talk about it in another video. Okay, so now we got the original trilogy, 4, 5, and 6, Star Wars A New Hope. I'm going to put that in A. Again, kind of like Episode 1, just this was a movie that, started it all, literally, and just awesome. Good fun, a really fun adventure story in space. Luke Skywalker, charming characters, a great villain in Darth Vader, obviously. It's a very good movie. I would be tempted to put it in S, but I think A is a good place for it, because S tier I think is reserved for the movies that really up the ante. Actually, speaking of which, I'm gonna put Revenge of the Sith in A. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. But S tier over everything is Empire Strikes Back. Many people will agree with this. Some people may disagree, and that's fine. But for me, Empire Strikes Back, one of the best Star Wars movies ever. They actually did something quite interesting where they left it on kind of a low note, which wasn't something that was typical in movies, I believe, around that time. And you found one of the most iconic lines, or actually a lot of the most iconic lines were from Empire Strikes Back. And obviously the major plot twist there. No, I am your father. So anyway, yeah, Empire Strikes Back, S tier for me. Return of the Jedi, A tier. Now, I would put it in S tier because I loved this movie. I loved seeing Luke actually have his powers, be a strong Jedi Knight, I guess, at the time. Although officially not, well, there's no Jedi Council, so he couldn't have gone through the trials and, been dubbed officially a Jedi Knight or a Master. But, he is adept at his powers, using his powers, and he does a bunch of cool stuff. I love the Ewoks. I think, Star Wars goes hand in hand with goofy characters, and the Ewoks were great. They were very funny to me. Wicket. So I would put it in S, but to be fair, it's probably not. So I'm going to put an A, just a very good movie also. I have a toss-up between this and this one being my favorite, Empire Strikes Back. But at the end of this video, I will do just my proper list top to bottom. Now we get into the new series. So we have The Force Awakens. And I'll put The Force Awakens in A as well, because it was, again, that whole starting of a new thing. We'll do it like this. New. Okay. But it was kind of a rehashing of the story, which I guess is understandable because they want to... The story premise, the foundation of the story, the grand adventure, and, some unknown person, some just regular, scrapper or, country bumpkin, whatever, becoming this, like, powerful, major character with powers and all this stuff. So they kind of rehashed the story a lot, which was okay. I guess they needed to do that for the newer generations who haven't seen the originals. But for everybody else, it was kind of repetitive, but it was cool. They did some cool new stuff in there, and Kylo Ren. But you could make the argument that a lot of the new stuff was gimmicky. But who knows? I'm going to put it there for now. So the rest aren't going to be great. So, Rise of the Last Jedi, Star Wars: The Last Jedi. So this is kind of where it went weird. Okay, so I think there was, and this is all off the top of my head from memory, so don't quote me on it, but I do believe we got a new director for the episode, what is it, 8, and went completely in a different direction than everything was being set up for in The Force Awakens. The Rise of the Jedi, or The Last Jedi, or whatever it was there, I don't even remember the title properly, but I didn't like it. I didn't like the direction it went. This was when I, when I saw, episode 7 and The Force Awakens, there were some red flags. I was kind of worried where they might be going with the story, and man, those red flags came out in The Last Jedi, or whatever it was there. I didn't like it. I didn't like the direction the director was taking it. I felt like there was a lot of, well, I'm going to do this thing, and I'm going to do this. And it kind of made a lot of setup in the first one here, or episode 7. Kind of made him, like, pointless, and, yeah, it was really bad. And when you do that, they brought back the director, J.J. Abrams, I believe, for the Skywalker, and this was so bad too. I'm really upset with it. Yeah. Episode 9 was bad. It was bad. I didn't like it, and like they did so many things that I was not a fan of. I mean, visually, great. All of these are visually awesome. Special effects, cool. Some good characters and stuff. But, like... And also in The Last Jedi or whatever, they did some... Yeah, The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker. They did some weird stuff. Like, they were, like, weird scenes, like... Plot scene. Or, like, they went to, like... I think this was, like, the gambling place. I don't know. It was just... I didn't like it. And then, yeah. Actually, I'd go so far to do it like this. Here we go. Yeah, that's probably better. That was really bad. I did not like it. But yeah, so that is the main. Solo is another, like, kind of like Rogue One offset, and I'm going to put that, like, an F. Yuck. Because it's a movie. Mandalorian is serious, so I'm not going to touch that. But yeah. So, that's my ranking. My S tier, Empire Strikes Back and Rogue One. A tier, just very solid, great movies you can watch. Episode 1, Episode 4. I took them out of order. Episode 6, Episode 3, and Episode 7. B, not great. If these were just, like, on TV, maybe I'd watch them. And then C, I have no interest in. Yuck. All right, so... That being said, now let's rank them in order of my favorite to my least favorite. So obviously, boom, that's my least favorite. I'll put this here. Here we go. I'm going to put this over here. Nope, there we go. Okay, actually we'll do it like this. We'll do it this way, okay? So... This is tough because while this is a better movie, my favorite Star Wars movie is Return of the Jedi. That's my favorite. Hot take, maybe, whatever. That's my favorite one. It's just all the things that I liked about it. And, the final culmination of Luke meeting Darth Vader and resolving that situation. And, yeah. That's my favorite movie of all time for the Star Wars series. Second favorite, probably going to be Empire Strikes Back. Third is Rogue One. And we got Episode 4, A New Hope. That's probably not as good for me as I did like Revenge of the Sith. I did like that one more. I'll put Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, next. Then we'll put The Force Awakens, Attack of the Clones, The Rise of Skywalker, and the last but not least, The Last Jedi. So that's my ranking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So yeah, this is my ranking. These are the movies I really loved in order. So what do you guys think? Do you disagree, agree? Is there anything you feel that you would move around, or do I have it mostly right in your opinion? Tell me down below in the comments. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I'm at, I think, 69 subscribers. Nice. But I'm trying to get to 100 by the end of the year. So please, if you haven't subscribed or you're just seeing this, just subscribe. Just click it. It's cool. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to donate money or nothing. I'm just trying to get those numbers up. Trying to get, seen a little bit more, and share these videos, comment, like I said, like the videos. That's very important too. And stick around for some more stuff. Gameplay stuff is coming through, and some more videos just like these. Every Friday I release a video, and every Tuesday, for the most part, I do live streams with a couple of my buddies for Project Zomboid. Check it out. It's in the playlists. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Peace.